Hi, this is Ariana Sarris again. This is the book that we're working with, Break Through Your Inner Money Barriers. And the exercises that I am working on, or the chapters that we're talking about here, are in that book. The particular one that I want to talk about right now is called Contracts, Agreements, Vows, and Promises. And this is actually a pretty fun exercise to do. But I want to give you some background about it, because what do you mean by contracts, agreements, vows, and promises? I call them CVAPS. So it's really contracts, vows, agreements, and promises. And they're links that connect you with something, whether they connect you with a belief system or a person. That's what they are. And this is the way I'd like to describe it. Imagine yourself caught up in cobwebs, not one little gauzy cobweb on you, but many strong, coarse ones. If any of you saw Lord of the Rings and remembered Frodo being caught in Shelob's cobweb, he could hardly get through. That's the kind of cobwebs I'm talking about there. They're thick, they're coarse, they're hard, they're all over you, and it's hard to break them off. That's what a contract, vow, agreement, and a promise is. These CVAPs. They're like these cobwebs. They're there. They're binding obligations between you and someone or something else. Think about these words: contracts, vows, agreements, promises. What do they all convey? They convey some kind of binding connection between you and someone else or something else. Whether it's a formal written agreement, whether it's a spoken agreement or contract, whether it's a verbal vow or a promise that you give to somebody. I promise I will always love you. I swear that I will never ever hurt you again. Or we will always be lovers forever. These vows and promises can be with another person, a group, or with yourself. Think of New Year's resolutions. I will exercise every day. That's a vow. Do you do it? Not necessarily. How do you know what a CVAP is? It has words like forever. I will love you forever. Or always. Or never. They have absolute values. I will never love anyone else. I will never ever do that. Be a greedy person. Or I'll hate you forever, or we will always be enemies. You know, all these real absolute terms, nothing relative here, nothing like, I will hate you until I find someone else that I can get involved with. Or I promise never to be rich again. That's the one that's connected with money. But there are all kinds of vows and promises and agreements that connect with you, and they hook into your whole soul, because when you use something like forever or never or always, those vows, promises, agreements, etc., they last forever, not just in the lifetime you had, but all through your many lifetimes. And they become chains wrapped around you, these cobwebs, these horrible, sticky, icky, binding cobwebs. Well, do you want to live with those sticky, icky, binding cobwebs? And you know, if you say to me, as you're listening to this, and you say, no, I don't have any of these, I guarantee you do. Everybody does. We just aren't aware of them. So if you imagine something in your life that you feel like you never seem to get through, you seem to pick the same kind of person in a relationship over and over and over again, it's because you have a connection to either the same person or similar people. So, what do? Well, you can cancel contracts. Really? Yep, you can cancel a contract. That's the fact. You can cancel contracts. You can cancel any CVAP, any vow, any promise, any agreement, any contract, whatever. The issue is not that you can do it, but that you believe and accept that you can do it. And that's really tough for people. Most people don't realize you can actually do it. So I'm here to tell you, yes, you can do it, and it's really important to do so because it releases all these cobwebs around you. Now, canceling a CVAP, you may cancel one. Say you have a relationship with somebody. This is really easy. You have a relationship with somebody, it doesn't work out, but you seem like the two of you can't ever just split. You have fights, you break up, you get back together, and it's a really ugly situation. That's an example of a contract that needs to be canceled. So you can cancel the contract between them, all of the contracts you have with these people, because very often you don't have just one contract with that person or that issue. Money, for example, is a contract or an issue. You have many contracts, vows, agreements, and promises with money. You often have many with the same person. And you can cancel them all at the same time. So that means that if you have a relationship that's bad and you can't seem to get rid of it, if you cancel every CVAP connected to that person, you can finally move on. Same thing with money. All of the issues around money. If you cancel that, a lot of things change. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to cancel CVAPs around money because this is from the money book. If you want to cancel relationship contracts, you can do that too. When you do it, just substitute the relationship or relationships for money.